Welcome to Mary's Eclectic Interests. Today I'll be making magic cookie bars. The ingredients that you will need for this particular recipe is in the front. There's 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Next to that is 3.5 ounces of flaked coconut, and then 1 cup of chopped nuts. In the back there is 1.5 cups of butter, and I'm going to need 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, so I'm going to have to crush these. And next to that is a can of Eagles brand sweetened condensed milk. So the first thing, I'm going to take all of these out of here because we're going to have to get 1.5 cups of graham crackers. Now there's a couple of ways that you can crush these. One is first of all, I use wax paper. And the other thing is, I usually use a rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, I've actually used a glass. But don't put full weight on a glass. You can break glass. So let's get going with getting our 1.5 cups of graham crackers. Now if this would just, let's see if I can flip this and it'll stay down. There we go. That's better. So here we go. Here comes the crushing. Now this is something a young child, not really young child, but a child can do with a rolling pin. It's pretty safe. And all you do is keep going back and forth like this. I would not let a child do it with a glass because of the fear of breakage, but with a rolling pin, no problem. See how they just crush up? Now a lot of my recipes were way before you could buy pre-made graham cracker crust, but we aren't going to be doing a graham cracker crust. This is just something that goes on the bottom there. And it's going to be in a regular larger cake pan, 13 by 9 cake pan, and again it's going to be at 350 degrees. Let's see how nice this, you just go like this and then it goes. Right now I have 1/2 cup. So now I know 3 of these make 1/2 cup. So to get to my 1.5 cups, I'm going to need 9 of these. I need 3 more. What I'm going to do is open another package. And then what I'll do is I'll put the remainder in a Ziploc plastic bag so that they don't get stale on me. All right, this should make my 1.5 cups. Unless I accidentally miss the whole cup. There we go. Yep, 1.5 cups. Now I can get rid of this. What I'm doing right now is getting my parchment paper in. And what I do is I cut the corners at an angle, so that when I put it in, it'll square off. Okay, there. That's squared off pretty darn good. Magic cookie bars. Oh, I have to melt my butter. I forgot all about that. I'll be back. Here we go. All right, we're getting the rubber gloves on again. I just went and got some new ones because this is going to be a lot of pressing them down. So it's in layers. So all the butter is just going to go in here. Let's make sure it gets spread evenly. All right. Next thing, the next layer are the graham cracker crumbs. And here's hoping I'm reading my recipe correctly. And now you know why you end up with graham crackers all over the place. Whoops. Whoops, I'm getting a little carried away here. All right, let's straighten them out a little bit. Okay, let's get these all pushed into place. Now I'm getting my sweetened condensed milk. Pour condensed milk evenly over crumbs. Yeah, good luck on that one. Okay, I'm going to need a spatula. I'm glad I have so many spatulas. Now I know why they don't say pour it over, because if you try to maneuver it, it just kind of crumbles up. Gets into the, there we go. Now I'm supposed to top with chocolate chips evenly. Notice the edges are not getting any chocolate chips. And I'm not doing this real evenly, am I? Pretty darn good. As the saying goes, I could always throw some more in. Let's see if I can throw a few more. I want some over in the corners where I didn't get anything. Next, coconut and nuts. This is easier to spread evenly because you can actually put it between your fingers. Now, if you don't have parchment paper, again, you don't really need it because you're putting all that butter on the bottom. You know, for those who don't like coconut, I wouldn't suggest making this. I know when I was younger, I couldn't stand coconut. And the last but not least, the nuts. Now the nuts I am using, what am I using? I believe these are walnuts. I had walnuts in my house. Now they're not, I had to crush them myself, so they're not all crushed the same size. Good, it is on. And then I'm going to take these big pieces out of here. There's a couple of big pieces. And then it says to press it down gently. I'm going to put this over down on top of wax paper, and then I'm going to press it down. Just because then I won't get anything on my hands. And it seems to, oh, that seems to be working quite nice. It gets a nice even. There we go. I think that worked out quite nice. All right, these are the magic bars. Let's see how these turn out. Let's see how these taste. Oh my God, these are good. I'll take these into CCX tomorrow. I can eat them. Yep, this one turned out great. I think I put this one in for 20 minutes. Welcome to Mary's Eclectic Interests. Today I'm going to be preparing and baking peanut butter finger bars. And this is, as you can tell, has to do with peanut butter. So let's see what we have that are the ingredients. In the very front, there's a half a teaspoon of soda, baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and next to that is vanilla, which you will need 1/2 teaspoon. In the middle, there's a 1/2 cup of butter, a 1/2 cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 unbeaten egg, and in the back, there's 1/3 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of flour, and 1 cup of quick cooking oatmeal. This is the first stage. There's a second stage, which we'll get to later, and that is the topping. So right now, we're doing the actual bar, and the topping will go next. So let's see how this is going to progress. And again, this is one that I have not made in many a year because I don't have family to take it to for somebody to eat besides me. But tomorrow I'm going to be over at CCX, so I thought, why not bring them some goodies to eat? First thing I'm going to do is put the butter in. This is my 1/2 cup of butter. Here, let's get on here. Cream well, butter, and both sugars. So here goes the butter and both sugars. 1, and there's 2. All right, and I'm just using a hand mixer. And let's see if I can do this so that the cord isn't going to get in my way and get mixed in. And I'm doing this on the lowest setting that I have. And of course, everything is whipped around the beater. So let's keep trying to get some of this combined. Okay, I think I'm going to need to add some moisture. All right, I've somewhat blended this. It's not really good, but it's pretty good. Oh, that's my oven. I preset it for 350 degrees. So let's get a little moisture in here and see if it'll blend better. As I said, I already have in the butter and the 2 sugars. My butter was left at room temperature, but I might have next time softened it in the microwave, which might have helped with the having a little bit more moisture. So I'm going to put the egg in next. That helped a lot. You can see it's getting a lot creamier now. And the next thing that I'll be putting in is the peanut butter. And of course I had to go away and get a spoon so I could get it out of there because this isn't just going to plop in. Well, I'm trying to get the... Oops. Here's what it's looking like. Okay. All right, whoops, I'm getting my cord all wrapped around here. So here's what it looks like. If I can see over on my little thing here and my little DJI camera. Okay, we've got that part done. Now I'm going to put the soda, salt, and vanilla in. Well, that's easy. We'll just put this in here. And the salt. And I said I needed a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Well, I guess I had a little bit more than a half a teaspoon. I'll just not put there. Put a little bit back in the bottle. Kind of spilled out on me there. But that's all right. I like vanilla. Let me take these out of the way. Put them over here. I think what I'm going to do here, since this cord is getting kind of messed up, let's flip it over here. There. And so that I don't get wrapped up in it. Okay, stir in the flour and the oatmeal. Well, I guess we're not going to be using this. Well, let's see if I can try and do it a little bit. There. Here's the flour. Let's see if we get a puff of flour coming up. Okay, I'm going to have to stop here for a second. I'm going to unplug this. And then I'm going to take these out. Come on, out. There we go. Here. And you can see there's still flour on the bottom. I'm going to mix that in by hand. And I'll see if I can get in the oatmeal. Man, this is tough. Now this is instant oatmeal, the Quaker oatmeal, so that it will cook. And I have a cake pan sitting on the side here, and I put some parchment paper in as a liner. If you don't have parchment paper, you're going to have to grease the bottom of the pan. But I'm finding out I really like parchment paper a lot. I might put a little bit of grease on there just in case to make sure it's going to come out. But I don't think there's going to be an issue because I have the parchment paper going all the way to the top. Now, I'm wondering if this is going to go in here. Wow, this is kind of heavy to pick up. There we go. There we go. So now let's spread this out. We have nice gloves on. We're going to give it some pushing here and see if we can spread this all out. And how I'm going to get it even, I don't know. I keep wanting to, I'm going, this is really enough to put into this big pan. Here we go. Let's try this. Now my hands are so full of oil. My hands are so oily that, there we go. I'm going to try this and see if I can, this is working pretty darn good. Oh yeah, this is working. It's amazing what you can find that works for something besides your hands. Once the peanut butter fingers are baked, I'll be taking those out of the oven. In the meantime, we have 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of peanut butter. I'm going to need 2 to 4 tablespoons of evaporated milk. So that will be also in there, and 6 ounces of chocolate chips. So these 3 items I can combine right now. Okay, so we're going to put the sugar, and let's get this peanut butter out of here. And I'm going to have to open this can. I've already rinsed the can off in case there was any dust on the top. Like that. And then put a little air hole over here. Okay, that's all I want to do. So here's 1, 2. Let's start with that and see what happens. Let's get this out of here. All right, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to put another one because this has to drizzle on top. And right now I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's better. I think we're going to do one more because it does say 2 to 4. This would make 4. Let's see what 4 does. I think that's a much better consistency. Here. Chocolate chips on top. I might add more if I decide. It says wait 5 minutes and then spread. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's starting to spread. But I don't think 6 ounces is enough, personally, but that's my opinion. Now, let's see if I can drizzle this over. And now I'm finished with the peanut butter finger bars. I left these in too long, so I would suggest you cut my time down by 5 minutes. So instead of 25 minutes, I should have left these in for 20 minutes. And so they taste really good. It's just that they're a little bit chewier than more like a granola bar instead. So that's my advice on this one.